Hello everybody, this is Dino GTO and this is another game in the T-34 100, the Tier 7 Czechoslovakian medium tank, because I was grinding out the last couple of things on this machine and I found myself I just kept saying, I have an all game, I have an all game, I have an all game, because I was initially going to sell this thing as soon as I finished the grind on it. I finished the grind really quickly. Like I grinded 30,000 or 40,000 XP on this thing in one night. It was so easy and it was so fast. And I was just thinking about, I think I ended up at the end of the grind on this machine actually really liking it. And yes, I'm putting a couple shots into this dead Hellcat because I was annoyed that he killed himself. So, yeah. Um, taking a shot at the artillery, removing about 90% of his health in one shot, which is awesome. Nobody killed the artillery, so I'm going to finish him off. Moving forward. Yeah, again, playing this thing at range because that just seems to be where it does best. Put a shot into the VK3601. Really easy to pen with this amazing gun. Yeah, as I got used to this thing, I just ended up liking it more and more and more. And now I'm just getting kind of wrecked. And from there, I know the OI is carrying the 105mm gun and not the 150. Because he only did 300 damage instead of doing 700. Now I'm just going to poke out here because the T-37 effectively saved my ass because I was not going to repair there. I didn't really, at this point I wasn't really thinking of keeping this thing. But now that I've played a few games on it, I used this thing I think 4 times within like 8 games. Like it was really easy to do. Like I found myself having so much fun in this thing. And yeah. OAs are no problem for this thing. 175 pen, yes, it's 150 front armor, and I know that shot missed because I saw the splash in the ground behind it. Now, moving forward, keeping it at range because that's where this thing does its best. At range, the OA is annoying, I will admit that. Immediately aim for side armor because side armor is trash. Blind shot there, pretty confident that penned because 175 pen is awesome. And yeah, I think it did. As OA has found himself between a rock and a hard place. Putting a couple of shots into him. And he's dead. So, that's one of the most OP tier 6s in the game. Just dead and gone. This thing here is genuinely fun to play once you get the hang of it. Like, I find myself really liking it. And, you know what? The reason why I've decided to keep this thing now is because I was thinking about it. This thing effectively has the same playstyle as the Panther. Almost exactly the same as the Panther in terms of playstyle. And the Panther doesn't do anywhere near as well as this in terms of just consistently doing damage, and this thing feels so much more meaty to use because it's 250 alpha per shot. And the penetration, you don't even notice the penetration difference because 175 is still amazing for a tier 7. So I just find myself really enjoying playing this thing. And also here's coming now a pretty dodgy moment. I wasn't expecting both the artilleries to be sitting so close there, and I kind of miscalculated with the alpha of this thing with the explosive. I'm not going to ram that guy because that's a huge hole. The French one, I fire, 4 health left, and he shoots me. How I'm alive, I don't know. I don't know where he hit me, but I survived that somehow. Still got high explosive round loaded because I'm trying not to fire heat. On 6 kills right now. That's my 7th. So at this point, Stug 3G has been spotted. He was over here last, so I'm going to move forward and try and get a shot into him. Potentially get my what the hell is the medal for 8 kills called? Radley Walters? Yeah, Radley Walters. So I spot him. I only have 8 rounds left, so this phase is kind of wasteful, but whatever. It's Radley Walters, so screw it. And this guy seems to have, I'm not sure what the heck he's doing. He just can't spin the circle. So I finish him off. 8 kills and nearly 3,000 damage in a tank that I was initially going to sell. If I'm getting results like that consistently in this machine, I'm saying screw it. I'm going to keep this thing. I'm selling the Panther because the Panther is nowhere near as consistent as that for me. Like, and plus, this thing also has the benefit of having what, in my opinion, is one of the nicest models in the game. Like, look at this thing. Looks awesome. I already have a gun mark on it because during the grind I was just doing well enough, and once I got my shit together and actually worked out how to play it, I ended up really liking this thing. So yeah, screw it, I'm keeping this thing, and I actually have another game coming up after this for this machine showing the second ace tanker I got. I got two ace tankers in this thing back to back because I was being so consistent in this machine. So yeah, I'm keeping this machine. Screw it. I like it enough to keep it. I'm selling the Panther, as I said. So yeah, on to results, then on to the next game. Okay, so as you can see here, it was worth an ace tanker, high caliber, top gun, Piscucci's, and a Radley Walters for the 8 kills. 1250 base XP, 3100 damage. I basically doubled everybody on my team, I think. So pretty damn nice result overall. Kind of shows what this thing's capable of when it's top tier. But let's show what it's capable of when it's bottom tier. Hello everybody, this is Dino with GTO, and this is another game in the T-34 100, following the other game. This game, very different matchmaking. Tier 9 game on, what's the map called? Stalingrad? Yeah, you don't see this map too often anymore. It used to be in the rotation all the time, but they're greatly lowered the rate in which it appears. Which kind of sucks, honestly, because I actually like this map. I think it's interesting to play. But, yeah, bottom tier in this game, well, other than the Chaffee, which is troll platooned with the Ferdinand in the IS-3, which is interesting. Not really sure why you platooned those two. We also have Troll Platoon, but not as bad. We have a Type 64, they have a Chaffee, so yeah. We have a wee bit more health because of that, I would say. So, overall, interesting matchmaking, but being very passive to start with because no real point in being too aggressive, and I immediately spot an IS and an IS-3. I'm just like, nope. Do not want to get hit by either of those because that will basically remove a third of my health. Actually, yeah, pretty much a third of my health, just over it. In one shot, so not interested in that shit right now. So being passive again, because that's what you need to do when you're bottom tier. He's not looking at me right now, so I'm going to try and aim, try and get a shot into his wheel, into his front drive wheel, but unfortunately wasn't quite fast enough aiming. So yeah, wasn't great, like, but yeah, screw it. Take the shots you get, essentially. I'm just watching this guy, and then the IS moves out and put a shot into him. Critical damage and 278 damage, which is pretty nice. And no, Yag Panthers. I love shooting the Yag Panthers in this thing because this pen doesn't give a shit about the Yag Panther armor. It just shreds Yag Panthers so quickly. And also, something I noticed after I played this game, I could have beaten Medium Tank 15 in this game. I was so close to doing it, I just didn't take a kill shot I should have taken. I could have done. I could have got the what's it called, the secondary condition, but I wasn't paying attention, and I realized after the game I could have done it, and I could have had that mission just finished off, and that was extremely risky. I actually tracked myself, got a shot into him, but he turns to shoot at me, and he dies. So yeah. Overall, this game's going pretty well so far. Not doing too badly for a bottom tier tank. I've already done 1,000 damage now. That's something people need to know about playing bottom tier. You need to be a bit more passive than you would be if you were top tier, because you don't have the health of the top tiers, you don't have the armor of the top tiers, you don't have the gun of the top tiers, although actually saying that, this thing basically has pretty much a T-44 gun, but slightly worse gun stats because it's a tier lower, which makes sense. Go try to put the shot in this Ferdinand. I think this shot misses. Yep. Yeah, kind of unlucky there with RNG. RNG said no. But yeah, I'm spotting him, getting spotting damage, which is great. Just take a shot in this front drive wheel. Track him in place. He cannot shoot at me. And my reload is fast enough that I can still track him. Now this is where Panther would arguably be better because I would still be putting more shots out faster. But I just prefer the extra alpha because if he had repaired, then I would have had to back off immediately. Whereas with this thing here, whereas with the Panther, I've only got like 100 damage. This thing here, I'm getting 250, so it's more satisfying to play. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. Whereas the Panther is a bit more. It's a bit duller to play, honestly, because you have to just constantly you have to constantly pump out shots. If you're not constantly pumping out shots in the Panther, then you're not going to do the damage. Stick shot into the back of the ISU because he's the more annoying of the two. And here's what I'm talking about, where I could have got medium tank 15 done. If I had just focused on one of these two and made sure I got the kill, I would have gotten medium tank 15 without even knowing it. But unfortunately, I got a little bunch of tracking damage, but I didn't get the kill, and that means I didn't get medium tank 15 done. Which is annoying because I've already done all the other requirements except killing another tank destroyer, which is a tier higher than me, which sucks. So yeah, need to continue working on that because I'm on heavy tank 15. I completed two. Like after I did that mission in the Luva, I completed the next two within 5 games of each other. The very next game I jumped into my KV2 because I retrained my ridiculous KV5 crew into the KV2 for shits and giggles because I thought it'd be funny. And the very first game I played in the KV2, I beat Heavy Tank 13, and Heavy Tank 14 I beat him at 51-20 like 4 games later. So yeah, I'm doing pretty well. And I nearly beat Heavy Tank 15 in my first game in the IS4. Like I just looked at the requirements and just went, I can do that in the IS4. And yeah, that was a dodgy shot because this is 175 pin, but I think he has 160 side armor. But yeah, and this is another kind of dodgy shot. I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember, is the port weak? But looks like it's not. I was trying to think of it like a KV1, as in like the KV1 used to have a weak point there. Stick shot into that guy. Unfortunately, it bounces off and didn't really shoot the right place. But that's another thing about this thing. It does actually have half decent armor. And the angling of it means that you do get some pretty good bounces off it from time to time. But yeah, I nearly did Heavy Tank 15 on my first try in the S4. I was only 1,000 off getting Heavy Tank 15 for the T-35 done. So close, so damn close. But unfortunately, I needed to get shot 2 more times, and I wasn't quite fast enough to keep up with the flow of the battle. So yeah, it was close, but yeah. Close but no cigar, that's what I was looking for. So yeah, the missions are going pretty well for me. Now I just need to work on the light tank missions, which are going to be fun. Because, well, to put simply, I suck in light tanks. I really suck in light tanks. Like, M41 Bulldog is known as one of the best light tanks in the game. I hated that thing. I did not like playing it at all. For me, that thing was just a pain in the ass to grind. I used 20,000 free XP to skip the last part of that thing's grind because I just hated it. But I know I'm in the minority when it comes to hating that thing. The main thing I hated about it was that it tracks. Doesn't matter what hit you, it'll track you in one shot. That was one of the nerfs they made to the M41, and it just killed that machine. I hate playing it. I never played it when it was overpowered, but it's just such a ball ache to play. It's no fun at all for me, at least. I much preferred the WZ131 over the type or over the M41. So yeah. Bit off topic there, but yeah. On to the stats for this game. Okay, here are the stats. Ace Tanker and Confederate. And you may see at the bottom there that the TVP VTU, according to that there, is just unlocked. That's because I just unlocked the second radio one, this thing, the 4000 XP one, and I had just reduced my XP down again, and I was grinding on 9000 XP so that I can unlock both of them at once for the top radio, if you know what I mean. I think that was 1300 XP along with 2800 damage. So I was pretty damn proud of the way I play it in this game. And if you're wondering why I have premium account in both of these games, I think it's both of them at least. It's because after I beat Heavy Tank 12 in the Luva the other day, no joke, I beat Heavy Tank 13 and 14 within 5 games. I beat the Heavy Tank 13 completely unintentionally. I didn't even realize I was fulfilling the requirements. I didn't even know. And the 14 where I had to kill 6 enemies of 3 different types, did that totally by accident as well in the MX 5120. So yeah, that's where the premium account came from. I have 4 days of it now because of the missions I've completed. But yeah, not going to complain about that. If you get free premium account, you may as well use it. So I'm going to try and get some other grinds that are annoying me out of the way. T49 stock grind's not fun. Just going to say that by the way. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. One last thing I need to add. I think I figured out why my audio levels tend to go up and down in terms of the mic volume. I just realized when Movie Maker has a thing in it which will automatically set up your like which kind of audio it'll favor. It'll either favor the like video audio, or it'll favor the narration audio. And I just realized turning it off completely gets rid of the random dips and raises in the audio that I get sometimes in terms of my recording. So that's kind of an annoying issue finished or fixed. So that's handy. It only took me what 4 or 5 months to figure that out. Yeah, I'm crap. Uh, but yeah, as I said earlier, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.